Hello, this is Stephen Childs, Team Fairness and Church of Fairness. We have a possible civil war in the making between Trump and Musk and the MAGA people versus the traditional constitutionalists, the Democrats, progressives. There's talk about a constitutional crisis. Well, I don't think Trump or Musk or the MAGA people are very concerned about the Constitution. They're concerned about themselves. They're concerned about what's happening in the world to them. And they have decided to, the average person, the average MAGA person, working man, blue-collar Republican, they've decided they're better off supporting the oligarchs that don't care about the Constitution, so that the oligarchs will get done what they want to have done. So we're talking about mostly European, Caucasian people that came from Europe not all that long ago. And they're feeling like they're going to be taken over by everybody that's around them, other tribes. So, having said that, there's a lot of unfairness that has gone on with the human species since day one. It's always been some empire trying to conquer another. Wars have become glorified. War heroes, they're a big thing. And I don't know if it matters to them that much which side's right or wrong. It's just that our side's going to win. We don't care. There's an old joke, they would have won in a fair fight. The person would have won in a fair fight. Well, who's fighting fair? What are you, stupid? See what I'm saying? So, the constitutionalists are talking about the stupidity of the MAGA people, Bonhoeffer, the German that was killed by the Nazis a couple weeks before the Allied forces would have rescued him. So he was in prison and waiting to be exterminated by the Nazis. He was a Jew, and he was a preacher. And he realized that they've become stupid. And, well, that's an opinion. They've become unwilling to deal with fact. They don't care about facts. It's right back to, they would have won in a fair fight. If you're considering the truth in this argument, you're going to lose if you don't have the power. It's who has the most power. It's not who's with actual truth. They don't care about the actual truth. They care about winning. They care about the thrill of the victory and the agony of defeat. Like the old sports. There was this television show that they said that at the beginning of it. I can't remember the name of it. So, like in team sports, it's about winning. You enjoy winning, defeating the other team. That's human nature. Okay, so they don't want to have someone replace their way of life with something else. If we can convince them that if we can stop others from doing them wrong, if we can present to them the way of fairness, where the Muslims won't take over, the communists won't take over, so we'll have world fairness, and they won't be defeated. They're not going to conquer the entire world. In a sense, we do, because we join with Team Fairness that does become the way of the entire world. So we win. Everyone wins. No one loses. The Constitution is based on very old system of law that started, and a lot of the people are biblical, and the Bible is about establishing the rule of kings. It's not about democracy. And the Constitution has been rendered powerless by the legislature, by the creation of laws that favor the attorneys. It's like a conflict of interest. You have attorneys writing the laws for attorneys, not to create justice for all. They just say those words. They don't mean it. It's about winning. It's about making money. They don't care if it's not true. If it's violating some higher ethic, they really don't care. They want to make money. They want to protect themselves from someone infringing on their way of making money. So the more appeals there are, the more money they make, and they make money no matter who wins or loses in the world, in the lawsuit. So it's like a racket. So this is the Constitution that they're trying to defend, this Constitution that's doing this. Because the way they've created the Constitution. Because of the way that the Senate has created laws in support of them. In support of them making money through investments in corporations. The whole thing is money driven. It's not fairness driven at all. This is why we know, Team Fairness knows, Church of Fairness knows, that our way will create a good future for our children and our grandchildren. We wonder if the world wants this way. They might want the thrill of victory and the thrill of killing the enemy, and becoming the most powerful people. They might want that more than they care about their grandchildren, because their grandchildren are going to be on their team conquering other people. So they're not going to agree. Oh well. So Team Fairness, Church of Fairness, we know we're on the right path. And we know the path they're on is going to lead to great misery for them and for everyone else. Well, suffering is grace. And we get the thrill of saying, I told you so. When the world is devastated from environmental degradation, extinction of species, and when children are starving to death even more than they are now, and the oligarchs that, let's say they exterminate the people that are homeless, or probably like a concentration camp. They lock them up and then nobody wants them, so the gas chambers are reintroduced in this dystopian future, and all the people that are not what the oligarchs want to have around, they label them this, that, or the other, and they're also exterminated because nobody wants them. And so the thing about the oligarchic structure, you have the people that are kissing the ring, and they're in on making the money. We win, we make all the money, and so they get rid of the ones that are against them, and then there's nobody against them, and then the bottom end of the Republican MAGA people that are in support of the oligarchs, but they're not what the oligarchs want. They're inferior to how the people that the oligarchs want, that are productive, and maybe they're better at computer technology. So the MAGA people, some of them become the outcasts because they're not the right kind of MAGA people. So they get rid of them. You have a continual process of the elite people ruling the world and exterminating the bottom end of humanity. That I can see that happening. So the only people that survive, of course, are loyal to the oligarchs and able to do what the oligarchs want. And everybody else is exterminated. So Team Fairness, Church of Fairness knows this already. And we get to say, we told you so. In the meantime, it's like Pascal's wager with Church of Fairness, but we're not making the bargain, we're not making the wager with an imaginary god of a bad religion that we don't want to be with in an afterlife anyway. So we're talking about a God that's based on scientific evidence, and you don't even have to call it God. You can call it the unified field if you want. We think that we're on the right track of what the divine actually is, the higher mind. So if there's an afterlife and it's from extraterrestrials or something, and we've lived a life of not doing others wrong, and that's what they're looking for. They're not like the oligarchs looking for people that make them more money. They're looking for the humans that have integrity, that care about other humans, that don't do other humans wrong. So we're in the highest heaven, you know, like Pascal's wager. In the afterlife, we're with the people that are the most powerful, the most glorious beings in reality. This is imaginary, but I don't think we're alone here. And there's so many experiences that lead toward an afterlife. I don't know. Right now, I'd rather not exist. When I die, it will be wonderful to not exist anymore. I don't have to observe what's going on in the world. So, see, it doesn't matter to me whether there is or isn't. But I like to think that humans have it in them to become good people, good humans. And who's to say that there's not a group of extraterrestrials that are like I described, extremely advanced, godlike, and they appreciate our integrity, our goodness. And so they're just like hoping that humans succeed. They really don't care because they don't need us. Maybe there's 100 other species that have already succeeded in becoming godlike and good, caring, loving. They don't harm anyone. So, you know, the humans are not really required in the universe. So, if we go extinct, oh well. If we kill ourselves off, oh well. They're not going to stop us from killing ourselves. We have to do that ourselves. So, Team Fairness, Church of Fairness, we can be with a group that is on the right track. That means a lot. So I'm looking forward to the Zoom meeting Saturday at 11. You can find out on my channel. Just select videos, and you can see the Zoom meeting I posted a week or so ago. So we want to get the Church of Fairness underway, and maybe Pascal's right that it's best to be a good person. Is Trump a good person? Does Trump hurt other people? Does Musk? Do greedy Republicans that legislate laws that protect the wealthy and extort the middle to the lower class are extorted by the system? We live under fear of them. Are they good people? They're not. We know that. Have a great day.